class. So we'll start standing up. So find comfortable place for your feet. So we don't want to like be too tense. If you're stiff this morning, just shake out a little bit. And when you're stiff, it might like hurt a little bit here, hurt a little bit there, a little bit in the shoulders. So just very gentle movements, moving your arms, you know, whatever. I don't see you, so you can move how you want. And then eventually, we're gonna separate the feet wider than the hips. And we're gonna place the hands onto our hips, roll the shoulders back, bring the elbows back. And just feel your chest opening. So you can place your thumbs at the waist height, your fingers pointing forward, and then really see if you can just open your chest by pressing your elbows back, your shoulders back. So it's not about curving the spine. You want to keep your tailbone very neutral. Opening, breathing. Let's make some space so that we can breathe here today. And then release. And take a deep breath in and just feel the space you created. And then we're gonna reach the right arm up. And then reach the arm forward. So we're not gonna go to the side, we're gonna reach forward. So as if you're trying to reach something and it's really far away. And then roll the shoulder back, roll the shoulder blade back down. And then reach forward. And then reach it back. So with gentle movements with the shoulder blade. And then reach your right arm up. And now we're gonna exhale and bring it over. Turn the palm to the front and then look up to the sky. So you twisting gently into the sky, into the spine, sorry. And then your palm is facing up. So again, push the shoulder down. Feel the opening at the front of your shoulder chest. And then coming back, exhale to the side, turning forward, bending the knees, and sweeping your arm around. Go as far as you can, and then coming back to the front, and then go as far as you can to that side, and then coming back to the front. Release the other arm, bring both arms to the front, strong legs, press into your feet, and come all the way up and release. So other arm, one hand on the hip, the other arm goes forward. And again, you're reaching out. And then exhale, bring the shoulder blade back. Reaching out. Exhale, shoulder blade back. One more time. And then open up to the side. So reaching over, finding that opening, turning the palm to the front. And then starting to open towards the ceiling, the sky, the palm is facing up. Gentle torsion in the spine. And exhale, back to center. Bend your knees, reach to the side, come to the front. Reaching all the way to the side, go as far as you can, looking back, opening up, exhaling back to center, all the way back. And then coming back to center, both arms coming forward. Reach your arms up now. For some, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. So you have strong legs, and then turn the palms forward and see if you can open a little bit more. If this is like really stuck in the shoulder, open your arms into cactus and find a little bit more place. And then press into your feet and coming all the way up and release. So let's start to make some rolls with the shoulders. Really inhaling up, back, down, forward, Up, back, down, forward, and then changing direction. Watch out you don't create too much tension in your neck. And then release. Now bring the arms to the side and starting to make circles with your arms. So again, the movement is coming from your shoulders, but the movement feels different than the one we just did. So your legs are stable. You don't sink in to your hips. So make sure your core is supporting you, and then make the circles bigger and bigger and bigger, and back to center. Inhale, lengthen the neck. Exhale, chin to chest. And now gently roll from side to side. Often when we work with the shoulder, we create tension in the neck. So just release without too much effort, just finding some release in the neck. And then placing the hands behind your skull. Push the skin of your skull forward. Bring your elbows together and see if you can bring your chin a little bit closer to your chest. So don't round your spine. So stay very long in your spine. Inhale, exhale. And then next inhale, open your arms to the side. Press your head into your hands into your head. So strong arms here. And then this time, bring your head back. Just rest your head into your hands. So no effort, no pushing, just drop your head back, but you're supported by your hands. And then coming back to center, release the arms. We're gonna inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, look to the right. And then coming back to center and to the left. So go with your breath, inhaling to center, exhaling. And then back to center. So take a moment to feel the warmth maybe that's being created in your upper spine, shoulder girdle, your arms. So bring the arms to the front, and we're gonna grab the right fingers with our left hand to open the wrist. Inhaling, press your wrist away so your arm is really straight here. And then release, thumb into the crease of your wrists. And release. And other arm. So opening the palm of my left hand is facing forward. I'm pushing with my right hand. I'm lengthening my arm. And then thumb into the crease of my wrist. And I'm pressing with my fingers down. And shake it up. Separating the feet. Bring the toes slightly out. Bend your right knee. So your knee should point towards your toe. It can pass your toe. That's fine. Stay here. Stay straight. Maybe go a little bit deeper. And then come back up. So you really want to press with your foot. Activate your leg. And then go to the other side. So find how far can I go. Maybe a little bit further. Press your other foot also into the floor. And then coming back. And now move from side to side very gently. Warming up the legs here. So you're pressing with your foot to come up. Your upper body is active. And then coming back to center. Bending both legs this time. Reaching the arms up. Coming into cactus with your arms. Inhale, exhale, maybe go a little bit deeper. Watch out that you don't curve your spine too much, so bring the tailbone down a little bit if you feel that your spine is curved. And then inhale, reaching up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And then as you bend your knees, bring the arms down, keep your spine straight. Press into your feet, up. One more time. Exhale, bring the hands down. Now place your hands down on the floor and we're going to turn the toes forward. So toes are pointing forward now your knees are still bent. And very slowly, you can separate your feet a little bit more. If this is too low for you, then you take a block, or you can always put your hands on the chair. So lengthen your legs out. See if you can keep your spine straight. So if you're not touching the floor here, you can separate your feet a little bit more, or you can place your hands onto your thighs in order to keep your spine straight. So if your hands onto your thighs, roll the shoulders back so that you can find length into the spine. If your hands are down, hold on to the mat so that you still have that straight spine. And we want to look down. And then slowly we're going to walk our hands towards the right. Bending the right knee, lifting the left foot. So big stretch in this leg. The right heel can be lifted or can be on the floor. Your spine is still straight. So we try not to fall all the way forward around the spine too much. And then slowly coming up and walking your hand to the other side. Toes are lifted from the right foot, heel is lifted from the left foot, spine is straight. You can hold yourself here, you can come up. You can come into a balance pose here, if it's accessible. And then slowly coming back to center. This time walk your hands to the front. So I know you're probably wide-legged on your mat, so you can just place your hands onto the floor. If you can have a grip, that would be ideal. And then press your hands down. So this is a wide-legged downward dog. So we want to find that length into our spine. And again, you can place your hands on a counter or on a table or on a chair for this. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then from here, walk your hands back. This time we're going to turn the right toes towards the front of our mat and lift the left toes. I'm just going to take the block away. So lifting the left toes, we're in a lunge. So you're holding on to the floor here, pressing the heel back, front knee above the front heel. So we're still quite stable here. If you need a bit more stability as we move on, place your knee onto the floor. Otherwise, keep your knee lifted and then press into your feet and come into a higher lunge. Inhaling, exhaling, maybe coming a little bit more down. And then reaching the arms up. So don't forget the option to bring the knee on the floor, reaching the arms up. Bring the arms up and bring the hands in front of the heart, and then we go for a twist. So from your tailbone, from your pubic bone, inhale, and then exhale towards the right. So left elbow on the outside of the right knee, press your leg into your elbow and your elbow into your leg, and then find that rotation. You can also be here or grab your hands. Inhaling, exhaling. And place your hands down. Bring the legs back to center. Place your hands down or on the chair. Exhale, round your spine, drop your head here. Inhale, exhale. And then slowly walking the hands towards the left. Left toes point out. And I'm just going to turn sides so that you can see from another side. So heel is up. Press your heel away. Front knee above front heel. Lengthen the spine. And when you're stable, or if need be, drop your knee down, coming up. So press your heel back. Inhale. Exhale. And then reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, turning. So the twist, we're gonna use our own body to twist a bit further. The elbow comes on the outside of the knee, lifting the other one. Inhale, lengthening the spine, pressing the heel back. And then exhale, bring the hands down, and this time bring the right foot next to the left. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward, bend your knees, and inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. So take a moment to observe your body, closing the eyes, finding your mountain pose. Inhaling, exhaling. So in very little time, we manage to warm up our body. And slowly opening the eyes. We're gonna inhale, reach the arms to the side. Bring the right arm up and then reach the right hand into your back. With your left hand, you're gonna press onto your right elbow. So make sure your armpits are facing forward. Create eventually a bit more space between your upper arms so that your head can move. So you don't want to press forward with your arms. So you really want to be long, have space for your head. And if you want to move a little bit further, bring the left arm to the side. Turn the palm and the shoulder, so to the back. And then see if you can reach or touch or just close your eyes and imagine both hands are getting closer and closer. So make sure you don't start to press with your head, on your head with your right arm. You really want to stay very free with your head. Inhaling, exhaling. And then slowly release. Bring the arms to the side. Turning. So left arm goes up. Bend your left elbow. Right hand on your left elbow. And press it down. Open the armpits. So it's a real movement. Opening armpits. Taking a breath in. You can stay here, or you can go a little bit further. Bring the hand to the side. Turn the palm to the back, it takes your shoulder rolling forward, and then see if you can touch or have the intention to touch. Inhaling, exhaling. And then slowly release. Release both arms to the side and exhale, arms down. We're going to place the hands onto the hips. Take a step forward and a step back. So we are preparing, we are going to go into Warrior One and work a little bit more there in the Warriors today. So it's going to be a little bit more leg work, leaving the shoulders maybe a little bit more alone. So first of all, for Warrior One, you want to have your feet, you want to be stable, first of all. Then you want to have your feet slightly separated. When your hips become very flexible, and again, it might never happen because of the way your hips are built, eventually you can have your heels in one line. For now, just keep them slightly separated, and then for a moment, lift your back heel. So I'll turn around. So I'm lifting my back heel, and with that, with my hands on my hips, I can turn my hips so they face the front of my mat. And then I'm pressing my back heel back down. And now your legs are still straight for the moment, so you want to have that impression of bringing the legs together. So just for a moment, exaggerate the feelings of really pressing your legs as if you're squeezing something. Your feet are strong, so the back foot is still pushing into the floor, the front foot also, but your legs are squeezing together. This creates more of a stability. And then, very slowly, we're going to start to bend the front knee. So you want to continue to press the back heel, the outside of the back foot into the floor. You might have to walk your front foot a little bit more forward as you're bending your front knee. It's a stretch, probably in the ankle, in the calf. And then if we start, like, I'm just going to bring my arm forward for a moment. If, like, my neutral spine is like this, but if I start to curve my spine a little bit more, I can go deeper, but that's not what I want to do. I want to keep my spine neutral. So I'm going to bring my tailbone a little bit more down. It's probably going to create a little bit more stretch in my right thigh, but that's okay. So from here, my hips are still facing forward. Maybe I can go a little bit more down. And then we're going to add the arms. So reaching up, pressing into the legs. And then for a moment again, squeeze the legs together. Keeping the legs where they are, we're going to open up to the right. So it's just going to be the upper body turning. You don't turn anything else here. And then reach up. And then open towards the left. So reaching the arms as far as possible. And then coming back to center, finding your center. So your arms can be up, always in cactus, or onto your hips, whatever is more comfortable for you. Inhale, exhale. Press the back heel into the floor, the outside of the back foot. So you don't want to start pressing the inside. You don't want to press your legs like this together. You want to press them together like this. So if you press too much on the inside of your back foot, you're going to flatten your arch, which is not what we want to do. And then slowly come back to center. Bring the hands onto the hips, and we're going to turn towards the other side. So adjust your feet. You'll probably, your front foot was way over to the left. So right foot, left foot, little space. Back foot slightly turned out. Both legs are straight. Press the outside of your back foot into the floor. If your hips are facing too much to the side, lift your back heel, adjust your hips, and then press your foot down. Inhale, and start to bend your knee. So again, watch out for your lower back. You don't start to curve, you don't drop your belly forward. Very slowly, going a little bit deeper. Maybe one leg, one side feels very different than the other. Totally normal. Inhale, and then reaching the arms up. You can interlace your hands as long as your armpits are visible from the front. So very often we're going to be very close off here. We really want to keep the chest open. Squeeze your legs again. Squeeze them together. And then watch out with your back foot that it doesn't bring the arch down. Inhale, exhale. And then slowly coming back to center. Bring the hands onto the hips and bring the legs together. So we'll come back to that in a moment. For now, we are going to do one balancing pose. We will do the dancer today, so a little bit different. We've been doing the tree and the hip opener, but we'll do the dancer today. So which is going to, again, help us later with bring that leg backwards. So for the dancer, by all means, if you need a wall in front of you, go and get it. It's better to be stable, just bring your fingertips and then you can move and feel what the pose feels like and then eventually find it without the wall. So first of all, hands are on your hips. And then we're going to bend the right knee and grab the right foot with our right hand. So you don't want to grab, I'll come a little bit closer. So you don't want to grab your foot outside. You can grab your toes or inside. The difference is if I grab my foot outside, I'm going to open up my leg to the side. And we really want to keep those two legs together. So by just holding onto your toes or inside of your foot, it makes it a little bit easier. So if this for you is already enough, then you can stay here. The next step will be not to bring the heel closer, but the next step is first to bring the knees together. So we always want to keep those knees together. So my left hand is still on my left hip for the moment. And then next we're going to kick our heel away, keeping the upper body where it is. So kick it away. So your thigh is lifting, you're looking at something that doesn't move, or you have your hand onto the wall. Reaching, lifting up, big curve in the spine. Lifting, lifting, lifting. And then if you're stable, even if your hand is there, maybe you can reach your arm up and go slightly forward. Having fun into the dancer pose. Staying 2 more breaths here. And then slowly coming back and release. Taking a breath in and a breath out. So going to the other side, so strong supporting leg, bend your left knee, grab your left foot with your left hand, right hand on your hip or on your wall. So hand grabs your toes or the inside of your foot, so it's opening your shoulder as well. Bring the knees together. So as much together like this as in one straight line. And then with your hand on your hip, we're going to start to push the foot into the hand, opening the shoulder a little bit more, not coming forward too much, lifting your leg up. And then if you want more balance, reaching the right arm up, maybe gently starting to come forward. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly release, letting go. Shake it out. So quite a lot of work into the legs today. As I said, it's a beautiful day, so we can walk it out today. So let's turn back to the front of our mat. And then again, take a big step back for your warrior one. So this time we are going to find our warrior one. So pay attention to legs squeezing outside of the foot, pressing the feet down, starting to bend. This time we're going to bring the arms into the back, interlacing your fingers. Keep your elbows bent for the moment. From here, roll the shoulders back. You want to activate your core here. You want to just gently tilt your tailbone. Walk your foot back if you need to. You don't want your knee to pass your heel. Once you roll the shoulder back, the shoulder blades are kissing. You're going to open up, open up. Watch out for those floating ribs that they really don't pop too much forward. So again, the work with the tailbone down, the pubic bone comes up, the core is active, opening up. And now strong legs, keep your knees bent. We're gonna go into forward, inhaling, humble warrior. So going forward, keeping those shoulders pointing back. So don't drop your shoulders, roll them back. Strong legs, especially the back leg. We're not in a balance here. So straight back, inhale. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper. We go on the inside of the left leg, on the front leg. So rolling the shoulders back. You can keep your arms pointing back. You can lift them up as long as your shoulders remain moving to the back. Take a deep breath in. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper. Strong back leg. And then very slowly coming up. Bring the hands onto the hips, turning the feet forward and turning to the other side. So you might want to release your shoulders a little bit before you start to go into the pose. So adjust your feet for your warrior one on the other side. Take a breath in, feel the strength of your legs, so they're your anchors, so they need to be strong. Take a breath in, interlace your hands, roll the shoulders back. And we always interlace in the same way, so interlace with the other tongue forward. Inhale, opening the chest, strong legs here. Press into your back foot, outside of your back foot, and then slowly coming forward. Engage your core here to hold you. Keep your spine as straight as possible. Press your front foot down. Don't grasp onto your mat with your toes. Relax your toes. Inhale, go a little bit deeper, maybe. And then slowly press into your feet, coming all the way up. Release, release, and bring the legs together. So just start to move a little bit with your shoulder. Maybe you want to open, close, reaching up, maybe gently moving back, and release. So coming to the front of your mat, placing the hands onto your hips, taking a breath in and a breath out. Bring your hands in front of your heart. We're going to bend from the hip crease, so without the swing of the arm. Now the hands in front of your heart. Inhale. Start to bend from your hip crease. Keep your spine straight. And then when you can't go any further because of your hamstrings, and you start to roll the spine, so start to drop the head first, roll the upper back, bend your knees, and now glide your hands down. Place your hands down to the floor. Bring the left foot back and the left knee on the floor. The front knee comes on top of the front heel, and inhale coming up. Exhale coming down. So releasing the hips, gravity plays here. I feel that it's opening more, but there's no real movement visible. I just feel it inside. Placing the left hand down, walking my right foot towards the side. My right hand comes next to my left hand. So I'm in a big lunge here. This might be enough for you, or you can start to bend your elbows. But again, don't round your spine. The goal is not to kiss the floor. The goal is to keep the spine long, opening the groin and the hips, and slowly coming down. And here I want you to explore with your right foot. So mine is pointing forward on this side because this is comfortable for me. But you could also just turn your foot out slightly and see if you have a little bit more space. Just be very aware of the big muscles of our thighs. We're working them here. So from here, if you want, you can maybe go down. But again, I'm rounding my spine when I do this, or I'd rather bend my elbows a little bit, reach my heart forward. I'm gonna have the same stretch into my leg. And then slowly coming back up, walking my hands back, bringing my right leg back. Coming onto all fours just for a moment. Breathing in and bring the left foot forward, same thing. So make sure your back knee is behind your hips, front knee on top of the front heel. Inhale, coming up, exhale, release. Inhale, exhale. And then coming down, so right hand comes down, left foot walks out, left hand next to right, inside your left foot. Inhale, lengthen your spine, reach your heart forward, exhale, come down slightly. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then very slowly pressing into your hands, bringing the left foot back to center and then coming back. Opening your knees as wide as your mat, big toes touch, and then press yourself back into a child's pose. So whatever child's pose is comfortable for you, find a place for your arms. Your forehead can be on the floor if your neck is long, or you can place your hands and your forehead onto your hands or your arms. You can keep your arms forward, back. There's many options here. If for you it's more comfortable with the knees together, you go for it. We want to release a little bit of the tension here. So exhale through the mouth, let it go. Inhale, filling the back of your body. And exhaling. And then slowly coming up, walking the hands forward. Bring the knees as wide as the hips, tucking the toes. We're going to downward dog. So press your hands down, start to lift your hips. Press your head in between your arms. Open your shoulders so that the widening of the upper back. Exhale. See how far you can get with your heels towards the floor. Just again, watch out. If you feel your lower back is rounding here, bend your knees, lengthen your spine. Bring your belly button closer towards your thighs, and then very slowly see how far you can go with lengthening the legs before your lower back starts to curve. So you want to keep your spine long and straight. You don't want to work and stretch your lower back. You want to stretch your legs here. Inhale, exhale, release. And then bring the big toes together. We're gonna move into a plank and a side plank. So intermediate option is to drop your right knee down in line with your right hand and then bring your right foot out. Your left foot is gonna turn so that the inside of your foot is on the floor, your toes are pointing forward. My left foot, my right knee, and my right hand are all in one line. For more strength, you want your shoulder above your wrist. And then from here, press your hips forward, and then you can reach your arm up. If you want here, you can lift your leg, flex your foot, but you don't want to start to curve your spine. If you want to go into the full side plank, so you're in plank, toes together, you're gonna come on the outside of your right foot, and the left foot comes on top, and then you reach. If you need a bit more stability here, bring your foot back or forward. But if you can, bring it on top or behind. But then you're starting to like lifting the hips. So whether you're on your knee or full side plank, lift your hips and then press it forward. Reach your arm up. And then slowly coming back down. Bring the knees down. This time, child's pose. with your knees together so that you can bring your arms to the back, rest your wrists. Take a breath in and exhale through the mouth. Two more breaths here. And then reach your arms forward. Walk them all the way to the front of your mat. And again, let's come into our downward dog. So for downward dog, your feet are as wide as your hips. And you don't want to see your heels inside or outside. So you want to have like really straight lines. So make some adjustment. Maybe gently walking your dog here, keeping your spine long, rolling the shoulders out. And then bending both knees, going a little bit deeper. And then big toes together. Inhale, come into your plank. So option with the knee, left knee down, left foot out. So this is your stability. Left hand, left knee, right foot are all in one line. So the right foot is on the floor. And then you're gonna reach your arm up, press your hips up. And if you wanna add, you're lifting your leg up. So we wanna press the hips forward and up. If you wanna go into full plank, so feet are together, roll to the outside of your left foot, right foot comes on top, press up, inhaling, exhaling. Pressing the hips up and forward, and exhaling, coming down, knees down, and child's pose. Arms reaching back, resting the shoulders. 3 breaths here. So when we do side plank, we're working on the connection, the obliques between the core and the back. So very often people will work their core so much that their pubic bone is lifting up. So the muscles become very short and strong. And then the lower back is being pulled down by the balance of pubic bone up, tailbone down, and we start to have lower back issues. So finding, first of all, that balance in strength between the core and the lower back, and then connecting both through the obliques by one of the movements is the side plank. So from your child's pose, slowly come back up, and let's come onto our knees. So this one you can do against the wall, where your hips and your knees are again pressing against the wall. So we're going into camel. Touch your toes. Make sure your little toe is moving forward as well. And we want to keep that straight line from knees and hips. Placing the hands on your bum. So the heel of the hands, the top part here, comes onto the bony part, just below, like just at the beginning of the sacrum. Your fingers are pointing down. Take a breath in, and just to be aware of what's happening, just bring your tailbone down. So gently guiding your tailbone down. As we do this, we might feel that we're already going down, back a little bit. So come back to neutral spine, roll the shoulder back, elbows back, opening the chest. Keeping the head for now, looking forward. So inhale, and then start to bend in the upper part of your spine. So your lower back is still straight, or it's gonna follow, but it's not from where you bend. So, and then press gently, indicate to your tailbone that it has to go down, so that your vertebra in your lower back receive all the space they need. So start to opening up your heart, opening up the chest, looking forward or looking to the ceiling, whatever is more comfortable for you. Big chest opener, inhaling, press your hips forward. You might feel your quads stretching as well. Release your bum a little bit. 2 more breaths. If you're not breathing, you come back. Just move very slowly into this pose and then slowly coming back. Untuck your toes. Sit onto your heels. Close your eyes and feel. So we have been working with our arms as much as with our legs, but very often when we do a lot of downward dogs and things like that, we work a lot with strengthening the shoulders. So lots of injuries happen when there's not enough space. So we will open up our chest and open the front, but we very rarely open the back. So for that, this is one of the best movements we can do. So coming onto hands and knees, be stable, and then reach your right arm up, and then bring your right arm underneath the left. So reach as far as you can. Come onto your left shoulder, or left ear. So you're looking to the side. And then from here, keeping the hips in line with your heels. So you don't want to move too much with your hips. Your spine is actually quite straight here. There's a rotation in it, but I mean in length, we don't have a bend, whether at the hips or at the upper body. So from here, you can choose what you do with your left hand. You can reach it forward to have some stretch into the left shoulder. You can place both palms on top of each other, reach it up or reach it back and grab your thigh and open up a little bit more. But the most important is with every exhale, you release the weight into your shoulder. So you really want that shoulder to move as much, the right shoulder moves as much as possible to the left. So if this is too low, you're not touching, put a blanket underneath. Put something soft so you can really sink into it. A block might just be a little bit too hard and then your muscles are going to tense up, which is not what we're looking for. We're looking for some release here. So opening up, letting go. And slowly bring your left hand in front of your face. Press yourself up, coming to neutral spine. You might feel a twist into your spine. So give your spine the time to come back to neutral. If you feel a need to move a little bit here, cat and cow, or moving from side to side, just be very gentle. I would suggest if you want to move, do cat and cow so that your spine is in alignment. And then we're gonna go to the other side. So reach the left arm up, the left arm under right, palm is facing up. Reach, reach, reach as far as you can without moving your hips all the way over. Come onto your left shoulder, left ear. And find some balance here, like move your weight forward. Don't hold it into your hips or your legs, so move the weight forward so that it can really go onto your shoulders, onto your left shoulder, and then choose for your right arm what you want to do with it. So if you bring it over and on your thigh, you can maybe open up a little bit more. If what you need, or what feels good here, is bring the arm forward, or just keeping it up. Whatever works for you. Two more breaths here. And then slowly bring the right hand in front, coming back up. And again, allow your spine to recenter. Inhaling, exhaling. And then slowly walk your hands back. We're going to turn around and come into a seated position. So from here, you don't want to fall back like this. So first of all, we're going to get the pillows underneath our bum. Maybe you're already sitting a little bit higher. If you're still falling back, you're going to grab, you can sit on a block, but it's a little bit hard. So grab a blanket. And if you know for you that's always an issue, always have a blanket with you. It's really good. And then you sit on the edge. So if I would be sitting like this, and now I place my hands down and I walk a little bit more forward and I create space in my spine, but especially in my groin area. So if I'm sitting back and I'm trying to reach forward, I have no choice but to round my spine. I cannot reach here. I have no access. Where if I'm sitting like this, just tilting in my hips, I can actually really move from here. I might not go deeper, but I'm moving with a straight spine. I'm using my hamstrings to move forward instead of my lower back. So, of course, if your hamstrings are short and you go too deep, you're going to feel it on your lower back. So, just be very conscious about the movements you're making. And then inhale, lengthen the spine. Just that could be, your legs are very active. And then reach your arms up. And reach, reach, reach. Like if you're trying to, not just the shoulders up to the ears, but you're actually pressing your hips down and then reaching from your tailbone, from your pubic bone, all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. Fingertips are straight. And then exhale, bring the hands, come forward, bring the hands wherever they're gonna touch. Your spine is straight. If you're holding here, roll the shoulders back. Maybe go a little bit deeper. If you have a strap, which I should say from the beginning, you can always take the strap, place it around your feet, and you don't want to go like this then. You want to use your elbows to go and reach the groin area, reach your hip crease, to move with that straight spine. So your elbows are going to be bent now, your shoulders are going to be back and down, and then you go forward. So just watch out, lower back, hamstrings. You should feel a stretch in the hamstrings, no pain. Active legs, inhale, maybe go a little bit deeper. And then let go of your strap, place your hands down and slowly walk back. You're gonna bring the arms to the back. If you're on the pillow, you can go off, come onto your forearms. Separate your feet a little bit wider, so I'm on my forearms, and I'm gonna bring my knees over to the right. And then to the left. So releasing a little bit in the lower back, moving from side to side. And then coming back to center. And from here, let's go all the way down. So it's not a long way to go. You're on the floor with your spine. So neutral spine, so you should feel the natural curves of your spine. Now we're gonna do one little movement that's very good for the lower back. So if your lower back is irritated, very gentle, gentle move. Your knees are bent, your feet are on the floor, and then we're gonna inhale, lift the pubic bone towards your face. So you're pressing your lower back down. And push the pubic bone away, creating space, curving the lower back gently. So depending where the lower back is hurting, you might just want to keep that neutral spine here and don't go all the way to the curve. Bringing the lower back down to the floor is giving quite a lot of release if you have issues with your lower back. So I wouldn't I wouldn't say that you have to walk around like this, but just to find that support on the floor like this. So little effort required to bring your pubic bone up. You can stay there for a couple of breaths. An easy way to do this to relax, if you want to more in a relaxed state where you don't have to press with your legs and your feet, is to bring your legs up on a chair or the sofa, and then make sure you have something underneath your bum so that your lower back is down on the floor. So everybody's different here, so find what is good for you. Lengthen out the left leg now, so we're back into neutral spine. Bring the right knee in, right hand on the right knee, and then go and grab your right foot with your left hand. And then from here, we want to bring the right knee out. So that's the first step, is to bring the right knee out, the left hip remains on the floor. And then gently start to pull the right foot towards the left shoulder. So it's almost as a pigeon pose, but here with a little bit more control. If you want to have a little bit more of a hip opener, place your right hand on the inside of your knee and start to press your knee away as you're pulling your foot in. So a little bit more of a hip opener here. And then if you can, you bring both in, closer. Take a few breaths in. Your left leg is quite neutral here. We're really working with the hip, with the right hip, opening up. So this is a very good one if you have sciatica. The pain that comes from your butt down the outside of your leg, in most of the cases, it's going to bring release. You can do this in the middle of the night if you wake up because of pain of sciatica. And it's a hip opener, which is always good. And then slowly coming back. First, bring the foot back to center, the knee back to center before you extend your leg. So we want to be careful with the twists we give to our knees. And then bring the left leg in, left hand on the left knee. Grab your left foot with your right hand. First, bring the knee to the side, and then bring the left foot in towards the right shoulder. You can gently press with your left hand on your left knee to create a bit more distance so that your lower leg comes a little bit closer, and then you start to pull in. So release. If you're very tense in the hips, we're gonna go nowhere. So see if you can send your exhale towards your hip. Inhaling, exhaling. And then very slowly, release your foot. Bring the foot in line with your knee. Bring the knee in line with your hips. And then move forward. Bend your knees. Your feet are as wide as your hips. We're gonna open the arms to the side, palms down or palm up. And then for a moment, press into your hips, press into your feet, sorry. Lift your hips and bring your hips over to the right. So your feet stay where they are. You're creating a banana with your body. So you bring your hips over to the right side of your mat. And now bring your knees into your chest, not too much, just about above the hips. So the hips are to the right, we are moving towards the left. This is gonna stack our hips easier. Keeping the arms, the shoulders on the floor if possible. Inhaling, exhaling. You can turn your head towards the right, so the opposite side of your knees. We just want to release here, again with gravity play. And then slowly bring the head back to center, lifting the knees. Placing your feet down, press into your feet. So you want to make sure that your feet are in line with your shoulders. Press your feet down, lift your hips and bring them all the way to the left. Bring the knees in and roll over to the right. So again, trying to keep the shoulders on the floor, letting the knees just drop. You can look towards the left. Only if it's comfortable. And then with every exhale, we let go. And then with your next inhale, coming back to center, placing the feet on the floor, and let's realign onto our mat. Bring the hands alongside the body. So first, we're going to adjust the head here. So keep the knees bent. Bring your hands underneath your skull, and then pull the skin of your skull away so that you find a little bit of length into your neck. And then place your head down. Your chin is facing your chin is facing your chest. If it's too much in your throat, then you just tilt a little bit more back. But you don't want to have your chin facing backwards or too much to the ceiling. So you really want to create that length, neutrality into the back. If you feel your shoulders are a little bit too high, press into your head, roll the shoulders under. So shoulder blades are going down, and then come back down, and then maybe wiggle yourself out. Now press your left leg away, press, 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 creating space in your hip, and then drop it down, open the toes. Press your right leg away, press, 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 lengthening, and then dropping it down. And we are ready for Shavasana. So taking a deep breath in, and a long breath out through the mouth, letting go, letting the body sink onto the floor, feeling supported, so that we can let go, let go. And then if you feel there's part of your body that are a little bit more tense or still like ready to move, tell them practice is over for now. The practice now is letting go. So slowly release every single part of your body. And then also release your mind to anything that's future or past. Release that part and be in the now. And slowly start to reconnect with your breath. Filling the air, filling up your lungs, then leaving your body. Slowly moving the toes, fingers, Maybe the nose, making some faces, moving all the muscles in your face, your ears. Gently rolling your head from side to side. And then rolling over, back to center, weight your head. Bring the legs together, reaching your arms up and overhead as you inhale. And as you exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, rolling over to the right side or the other side, whatever side is comfortable for you. And then gently, slowly pressing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Keeping the eyes closed. You can cross your legs. You can sit onto your knees, whatever is comfortable for you. Feeling the spine long. Inhaling, exhaling. Bring your hands in front of your heart, gently tucking the chin. Thank you so much for sharing your practice, your energy, your time. I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.